Why are concerts so expensive in India? And I dug deep into the stories, the numbers and all the craze, and I found some 4 really interesting events that makes this price of 5,000 rupees go all the way to an unbelievable number. And it starts with a
Coldplay, bhai, let's go!
let's book the tickets. And just like that, 1.3 crore people were actually trying to stand in that digital line to book tickets. And of course, what happened? The app freaking crashed. The demand was 100 times of the available tickets. This meant 99% of people didn't get the tickets, but some people did. And the people who did celebrated on social media. And here is when the FOMO began. In fact, some experienced ticket queuers explained how you should get the ticket without being flagged as a bot, which also means if 1.3 crore people applied for the ticket, some of them were maybe bots? Anyway, seems like people are putting more effort to understand the algo than actually their own partners. Getting into a concert is the rarest of the rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, isn't it? Not really. Actually, the live events market is about 8,800 crores in India. That's about $1 billion. And it will become about $1.7 billion really soon. That's a 17% growth. And it also shows that there'll be more and more events in India. So a concert is not really the rarest of the rare events. India does 460 million streams a day. I'll say that again. 460 million streams a day, almost 500 million stream comes from India. Now, when that experience turns into a live event, these guys make a lot of cash. For example, in these 3 months, all these concerts are actually happening, and these are some really big names. Now, Delhi and Mumbai may grab all the headlines, but 4.7 lakh people in 2024 travel to places for concerts in places you least expect it. Which means the concert craze is not in just tier 1 cities. It's happening in places like Kanpur, Chandigarh, Guwahati. Tier 2 cities are seeing a boom in live events. And all this demand may seem new and surprising, but it's actually not. Think about it. India is the second largest streaming in the world. And these guys aren't alone. There are 2-3 people in our office who traveled all the way to a different city and spent tens of thousands of rupees on a single concert. Me and Swati traveled from Noida all the way to Bombay on slightly more expensive flights. The hotel was 2x more expensive. And of course, the tickets were kinda expensive too. We spent a lot for that 1.5 hours of Adam being there. God, was it worth it? But I have a term for this. It's called Concertflation. Simple demand and supply. A bunch of people are going in a specific area at a specific time. Everything around it, from the hotels to the flights to the taxis that you take, respond to the demand with VIP pricing.
Bhai, flight prices are going crazy, man.
40K? That's so expensive, bro.
Bro, I'm not going here. Abu Dhabi is way cheaper than Mumbai.
You are basically gonna cry for the next 3 months of how much you spent for those 3 hours. My point is, a ticket at resale is priced at 5 to 6 times the original price. You know why? Because they aren't selling the music. They're selling something else. Status. And all this status has created the reselling market. Check this out. These are 2 different websites, the original booking ticket website, and the second is the reselling website. Remember, these tickets are not for the music, it's for the experience. And therefore, the prices are also different. Over here, you can see that the flow pricing was originally 6,450, but in the reselling market, it's at 18K. The same thing for the lounge, 35 to 48K. The 4,000 ticket becomes 27,700 and this 3,500 ticket becomes 20,000 rupees. But Concertflation doesn't stop at tickets. It actually extends to accommodation too. Now, if you plan this in advance and before you go for your concert and you book your accommodation, you should be fine, right? Because you've reserved it. Wrong. In this example, someone actually said, "Dear sir, we're excited to host you and you may know Coldplay is performing. Because of the buzz and excitement, we cannot honor your reservation. What does this mean for your booking?" It means that we request you to pay an adjusted rate of 16,000 rupees, an increase of 10,479 for a person who had already paid it. In response, this person replied, "Unfortunately, we're unable to honor our previous rating and need to make an adjustment to reflect this unethical behavior. What does this mean for your rating?" 1 star. Now the question is all this hype and extra expenditure good? Well, like everything, there is good and bad. For the economy, it's actually really, really good because 2017 crores will be added to Mumbai because of all the spillover expenses. People spend about 50% on concerts, but everything else was also spent on. This is consumer spending and is good for the state and the city. If you look at Swiftonomics, in America, Taylor Swift went for a concert. She added $140 million to the state's GDP just from 2 performances. So overall, all of us are benefiting from Gen Z and millennials philanthropy.
Bhai, it's a once in a lifetime event, man. You can't miss this.
Okay, fine, bhaiya, let's go.
Now people will say you're spending way too much time, attention, money, your resources on this one single event because you want to go to the concert. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have to choose between compounding your money over 10 years and your 20s, heck, choose 20s because your 20s won't come back again. So spend because of YOLO. Don't overspend because of all of that FOMO. FOMO spending makes sense because 60% of our janta is Gen Z and millennials. And they have 2 superpowers the previous generations did not have. 1, we actually have money, also called disposable income. And 2, if we don't have money, we have access to credit cards and other forms of credit where we can just spend with just 2 taps. These 2 superpowers allow us to spend more than our pair can exit from the chadar, if you know what I'm saying. Concerts are gonna get crazier and crazier, bigger and more expensive, and the best artists in the world are going to be here. Which means you'll get another opportunity to see a sky full of stars. 60,000 people, all on the ground racing towards the stage because now finally they're here. They did so much to get these tickets. They paid 4x the price of the flights, of the trains, even the damn hotels. And now finally they look up to their favorite artist to see him on a giant screen. Every expensive purchase you're going to make will have 2 forces. The FOMO force, which is something you have to avoid. This is social media, peer pressure, friends, people thinking whether you're successful or not. And the second, the emotional decision. The reason why you should really do it because it actually has something special for you. Like Swati and I started listening to Maroon 5 20 years ago. When we went to actually see them on stage, it was special. Each of those songs carried memories of decades and it was an amazing experience. So if this is the reason why you're going to see your favorite artist, you should definitely go because a live event is very different from a playlist. At that time, if the cost went from 5,000 all the way to something really high, at least you know it was worth it.